May the gods keep the wolves in the hills and the women in our beds.
Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Iowa.
Well, hello, sexy monkeys. Welcome back to Sky Gene Experience. I'm Ben. Today I'm talking about 1883 episode 2. I've done an episode about episode 1, and I've done an episode about everything you need to know leading up to watching this. But this is episode 2, and really the main theme of this is leaving Fort Worth, Texas, and getting going on the trail, getting it started. And you see some badass fucking shootout in this scene. So, like, if you watch Tombstone, they're walking down the fucking middle of the road looking for trouble. You get that 100% in this. You get the saloon scene. Billy Bob Thornton. Wow. Okay, so the episode starts out at a flashback of the Civil War with James Dutton. So James Dutton, you find out in this flashback, he is a captain in the Confederate Army. When you do there's a special feature that talked about his backstory. He was drafted into the war. He didn't want to be in this war, but he was, which led to pain and PTSD. So beginning of this episode talks about the Battle of Antietam at the Bunker Church, which happened 1862. He kind of wakes up and he's kind of like, he sees everyone's dead and he's just like, oh my God. And then out of nowhere, Tom fucking Hanks comes into the scene and just makes Tim McGraw cry. And it's 3 minutes of Tim McGraw and Tom Hanks are just sitting there looking at each other. And it's just absolutely beautiful seeing Tom Hanks in full battle rattle, beard. And then Tim just like cries his eyes out. It's a scene where I'll never forget. And they start out the episode this way. It's just unbelievable. You find out that James Dutton also was a POW for 3 years. So imagine that PTSD where that would be just terrible, man. So we all heard of cholera. You know, if you go down to the river and you drink it, you're going to get cholera because you have to boil the water. So Germans, Europe's, they didn't know this. So in this episode, a lot of people drink and they get sick. So you learn about this. And they also pick up wild cows. It's crazy because back then you can just go find some wild cows just chilling out. And they show you how they did that. It's beautiful how they show it. So a good Easter egg in this episode of the Yellowstone is because in Yellowstone, the Dutton family, they murder people. They literally murder people. And you get that in this episode. You get the first Dutton murder where the point where Margaret, the wife, Faith Hill, she is just like, good. And you're like, ooh, badass. Like, she didn't commit the murder, but when she finds out her husband did, she was like, good. They deserved it. And that's your Yellowstone Easter egg right there. So Billy Bob Thornton plays the marshal of Fort Worth, Texas. He plays a very small role, not much into it, but he really, the 5 minutes he's in, it's 5 minutes you cannot take your eyes out. And it leads up to that shootout I'll tell you about in Tombstone. Yes. Elsa is getting her first flirtation with a cowboy. She is starting to get the whole, ooh, butterflies. I'm getting a little, warm down there. Like, he's making me feel good. She is starting to get that. She is starting to want to do stuff with guys. She doesn't do any of that stuff, but she started to get curious and ooh, yeah. Throughout these episodes, you really get to see the Texas beauty. I've been touched some parts, but not this part of Texas, and it's so beautiful, the scenery. Lastly, you deal with the theme of like, don't look back. So there's something that happens where you just want to stay back and help this person, but you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep moving forward no matter how bad you want to stay. And James Dutton just says, don't look back. Don't look back. And Faith Hill Margaret, she's trying not to cry. She's trying to be strong, and she's just like, all right, I'm going for it. And she's on the wagon. And tough way to end this episode. It really was. I wish I could tell you, but it'd be a spoiler, so I'll let you guys discover it. But that's really it for episode 2. I'm moving on to episode 3 because I absolutely love this fucking TV series. Alright, sexy monkeys. I'll see you later.